Good morning. It's Monday, the 29th of October, 2018. Welcome along to another week here on United Kingdom Talk as the months just pass by quicker and quicker and quicker. I think ever since, 2 years ago or something like that, I've noticed how quickly time just passes now. And here we are. How many weeks to Christmas now? It's about 8. 8 or 9, is it? I don't know. Shall we have a look? So what are we today? 2020, was it 29? So, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is. It's about 8 weeks. Look at that. Wow. 5, 6, 7. Monday the 24th. 8 weeks to Christmas. Gosh. Are you all sorted, or has anyone started doing it? I don't do anything really. Last year, I think, to be honest, I was quite way ahead. I'd got presents like in October and things like that. I do hate. Do you know what I really hate? People who give you lists of presents. I mean, how rude is that? Who do you think you are, demanding gifts and things like that? And you see them on in the papers. There's a story in the paper this morning actually about someone's wedding. Now I get the whole wedding list thing. I do understand that. It does make common sense to sort of bring out a list of wedding gifts to give to everyone. Although I've never been quite sure how that works, because if everyone gets a list, okay, so you might have blankets, bed, television set. I mean, has anyone got the audacity to ask for something expensive? I bet they have. People it's like a list of demands. And I often wonder, so you give out all these lists to, say, 100 people, right? And number one might buy the toaster and they cross that off on the thing. But how does number two, who's also got the list, know that number one's bought the post? It's very, very confusing, dear. Anyway, there's this old bag in the Daily Mirror. A bride has come under fire from her own family after sharing an A4 list of... don't talk about A4. A4 means paper. Talking about a piece of paper. I got into trouble last night. I'll tell you in a minute. After sharing an A4 list of strict rules for her wedding and asking guests to pay for their own food, alcohol and cake. What? Well, why would you go? That's the whole idea of going to a wedding, isn't it? Not to see the happy couple, to have the sausage rolls and the vol-au-vents. Not only that, you got that nice big bowl of fermenting coleslaw, getting more and more bacteria in it as the night or day goes on. Sitting there open, all these germs flying into it. People, not necessarily putting their hands in it, but, as they put the spoon in, germs drop off their hands. Maybe they've just been to the toilet and they accidentally put their hand through the toilet paper and there they're opening themselves to your coleslaw. How awful is that? But that's why you go to a wedding and the party afterwards. How many people sit there? Oh, don't they look happy to go? All right, the old dears do. I know that, dear. But, most people, I'm sure, just go for the party aspect of it. And I like to think that over the years, Chris Reardon's mobile discotheques provided some of those happy times to couples. I really do. Ray Reynolds used to do discos as well. He did discos and weddings and things like that. You turn up with your... It's all very different now. All very different now. Oh, God, yeah. In the times when I was doing it, in the sort of early to late 80s, through to the early 90s, then I stopped doing it and I went into clubs and bars and things like that. You would just... I had an advert in the local newspaper, the Wandsworth Guardian it was. So I had an advert running every week in, week out, and people would ring you, oh, hello, can you come and do our wedding? Yes, of course I can. Where is it? Okay, can you give me a price? I said, well, let me come and see you first. So they won't go and visit the people in their homes, usually. Sit down and tell us exactly what you want. Most of them would say, well, we'll leave it to you. I said, what sort of music do you like? Oh, we quite like sixes. Okay, I'll put some sixes in, this, that and the other. And then you would just go and do the job. You'd agree on a price. I was never expensive, to be honest. I never. No, I've never thought I was particularly expensive doing stuff I do. You go and do the job, then they pay you, and then you go home. That was it. Now you have to have all these licenses, insurance for this, got this, got this. It's just another way of people making money out of you. The hotels, you can't work in a lot of hotels unless you've got PAT tested. PAT tested. Now, this is where you've got an item of equipment, let's just call it a self-powered loudspeaker, and someone has to come around and electrically test it for safety. You know, who would take a speaker somewhere that is dangerous? Well, you wouldn't do it. It all has to be tested. Then you have to have insurance in case one of the lovely little people that run around pushes one of your lights over and it ends up on Grand Nanny Mary's head and smashes her head open. And she dies. You've got to have insurance for that. Oh, God. The days of just turning up and doing the job are well gone, I'm afraid. It's all so complex. All the red tape and paperwork going on all the time. I bet they want receipts as well, do they? And how many people? Oh, can we pay by card? Sorry? Pay by card, dear? I didn't even take cheques in those days. God blimey. Cash, dear. Cash is king. Dear me, it's very, very different. Anyway, in the Daily Mirror, it says, brides come up with all sorts of crazy ideas on their wedding day, but it's fair to say that sometimes they can take things a little too far. This is a situation one young bride-to-be found herself in after she was called out by members of her own family for the ridiculous list of demands. You wait till you hear this. The cousin of the bride took to social media to share all the bizarre details of the wedding, and the people were outraged. This is, as I say, in this morning's Daily Mirror. Incidentally, you may notice whenever I do a news story from the paper, I credit the newspaper. Because if you do that, you're allowed to use stories. That's why that is. Otherwise, it's, oh, you're nicking our stuff and not saying where people can buy it. So there we are. I always usually mention it twice within the story. So Daily Mirror, that's twice. Daily Mirror, that's 3 times. They must be very happy now, dear. Very happy. From Melbourne, Australia, the stunned wedding guest shared a photo of the rules she had been sent by the bride for the big day. She sent a list of rules. How about don't row with the mother-in-law? Oh, some of those bloody mother-in-laws at weddings, dear. Oh, what a nightmare they are. Yeah. They think it's their day, don't they? Anyone got married recently and got a mother-in-law who thinks it's her day? You always see them on the telly. There's that word again. The full A4 page of text asks guests to pay for their own food, alcohol and cake. Well, you buy a piece of cake. Oh, I'll have to try that at the birthdays I do. I'll have to try that one. In fact, we got a birthday cake tonight for someone. I'll bring them up onto the stage, get them to sing happy birthday, and then charge them 20 quid for the cake. I'll say, well, you can either buy the cake for me, £20, or I could slice it up and sell them to customers in the pub tonight. You know, what's Starbucks? I won't charge Starbucks prices. That's just outrageous how they get away with charging £2.50 for a tiny thin bit of cake when you can buy an entire cake in Lidl for like 50 pence. I'll slice it up. I don't know, £1 a slice. That's fair, isn't it? Or do you want a plastic plate as well? That's another 50 pence. I want a fork, 20 pence. We could just round it up to £2 and make it easier. Cash only, no cheques or cards. It also provides a detailed guide of how people could donate money to the couple's GoFundMe page for their honeymoon. It's outrageous. Now, the paper haven't printed out, or at least I didn't see it. 1 minute. Oh, hang on. Yes, it has. Here's some of the things and bits and pieces it says on there. First of all, and I quote, I love my family and all, but my beloved cousin, who was 19 at the time, decided to have a wedding in which she sent everyone an essay of rules with the invitations, revealed the guest. Not only did you have to pay for flights and accommodation, well, that's normal, isn't it? You can't expect a couple to pay for flights and accommodation, can you? That's a bit much. Of course, it's Australia, so it's big. I get that now. So not only did you have to pay for flights and accommodation if you lived in a different state, but you also had to pay for your own dinner for the wedding. What? Pay for your dinner? Do they do chips? I don't mind buying a bag of chips. Sitting there down paying for a full roast dinner. Some people have different. I mean, it's up to them, but to have like a Chinese meal or an Indian meal at a wedding, that kind of doesn't do it for me. But on the other hand, I'm not too keen on foreign food, really. It says, oh, and get this, the invitation, it read, if your name wasn't on the invitation, assume you're not invited. My dad received an invite, but not his girlfriend. So we just assumed only Dad was invited and not his partner. See, but how are they supposed to remember all the names? Very, very difficult. I can't remember names half the time. People making demands all the time. I want this. I want that. Who the bloody hell do they think they are? Honestly, she goes on to joke that the wedding couldn't have been any cheaper unless they had it in their backyards. Oh dear. The list of rules also revealed specific dress code instructions. Well, yeah, I get that. They often do at weddings, don't they? Guests were asked to wear something comfortable as they were having a casual wedding. This meant dress pants and a nice button-up shirt for women and a nice skirt and top of a dress. No need for jacket and ball gowns. Well, I don't see the problem with this list so far, do you? It seems pretty normal to me. I'm waiting for the outrageous bits. She added, although it's not compulsory, we would like to request that guests choose an outfit that fits in with our theme of navy white and silver by choosing something that has one of these colours in it somewhere. Please note, wearing bright colours like red, orange and yellow with our photography editing style will look washed out and pastel. Well, I like bright colours, as you well know, dear. I do like a bright colour. The bride also advised ladies to ditch the heels for the event. I bet they were pleased about that. Who was it on holiday? Well, it was on holiday last week. I did see some woman, she had these high-heeled shoes on. Well, she couldn't walk in them. I've seen drag queens walk better in heels than this woman who had them on holiday somewhere. It carries on. If that weren't enough, people weren't allowed to bring cameras to the wedding, and this point, she said, was non-negotiable. Now, that's a bit odd, isn't it? Why would you ask people not to bring cameras to a wedding? We promise to provide you with all of our professional images after the wedding. This is something that is really important to us and it's non-negotiable, so please respect our decision. So it's just all a big show, isn't it? She wants to put on a show. That's what it is. Very strange. But it's like this, how old are they? Let's see if I can see how old they are. No, is that in there? Hang on a minute. I don't know if that's it. You see, the thing is, if they're millennials, what's probably happened there, because they're addicted to phones and images and Facebook pictures, aren't they? Everything has to look right for the millennials. Oh, yeah. Everything's got to look right. Doesn't matter that there's wars going on in the world, as long as their pictures look right. The delightful Lady Phoenix often comes along to our karaoke nights and can be seen taking several thousands of pictures per hour, trying to get that one picture to look perfect. Whereas I'm very lucky, I am. Very, very lucky person I am. I can take one picture and immediately it's perfect. Funny that, isn't it? Like my shows. Perfect. Nothing wrong. Other people, thousands and thousands, most people in the newspapers and all that, all these stars and celebrities, they'll have a camera, they'll be taking like 10 million photographs and they can't find one that looks right. Me, just take one, perfect already. I'm just lucky. I'm very, very photogenic, as you can see. So it goes on. I mean, this story just goes, it's so funny. It didn't end there. Those wanting to give the couple a wedding gifts were invited to donate to a fundraising page that the bride created to fund the honeymoon. We realise a lot of you are travelling, and the cost of paying for flights and meals is for some quite a lot. So we don't expect gifts from anyone, she said. However, those of you that would like to get us something, we're travelling to Sydney for a honeymoon and have many fun activities played. So she's got this GoFundMe. Well, the headline on that, I got to be honest, the headline on that said a bridezilla slammed for making A4 list of strict wedding rules and setting up a honeymoon GoFundMe page. But reading the story to you, it's not as bad as the headline actually says, is it there? Do you think? I mean, to ask for money instead of gifts for their holiday, I don't have a problem with most of that. There we are. So that's our first little story today. Let's say good morning to some wonderful people today. Hello to the delightful Shania. Good morning, Shania. I hope you're well today. It's a special birthday for you today. Little Shania's birthday is here. Shania's birthday is here. Shania's birthday. Shania's birthday. Shania's birthday is here. Shania is on the Isle of Wight, aren't you, darling? She's been very cold last night. Yet another... Shania is the party animal of the Isle of Wight. She is absolutely the party animal of the Isle of Wight, aren't you, darling? Eh? She was at another carnival. Was it last night or the night before? Looking very cold with her dad, I have to say, on Ba-Ba-Ba, Vectis Radio, on the Isle of Wight. Oh, yes. Good morning to Adam the plumber. Morning, Adam. Good morning to Danny. Morning, Danny in Cleethorpes. My sister was in Grimsby yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. They were at an auction, getting some bits and pieces down there. Good morning, Danny. Morning, Diane Jeb. Adrian Richardson is in the gym this morning. Really? What, you cleaning in there or something? Oh, come on, Adrian. You can't lift those old weights, dear. Bad enough trying to drag yourself up from a settee at this time of the morning, isn't it? God's sake, Adrian. Good morning to you, sir. Hello to Rod Brown. Hello, Rod. Nice to see you, sir. Junaid. Good morning, Junaid. Welcome to our show. Ray Reynolds is in the house, as indeed is the delightful Waitrose girl herself, Michelle White. Good morning, Michelle. Christopher Woodhouse, it was his birthday on Saturday night. Happy birthday. Christopher, who I'm very pleased to say is older than me. 56 he is. 56. Happy birthday for Saturday, Chris. Good morning to George Knight. Good morning, George. Welcome back to the show. Long time no see. Adam says, I used to love running my karaoke business from 1997 to 2004. Loved it. Met lovely people over the years. Even did a do for Channel 4. Da, 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 bum, 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 bum. That's the old Channel 4 logo. It was so much better than the one that they've got now, dear. It really is. And he sang with Danny Minogue. Oh, she comes across as a nice person, doesn't she? Danny Minogue, yeah. This is it. Oh, this time I know it's a real thing. Hello to Mark Kepner. Good morning. Who says I'm looking good. I know, Mark. You've no need to tell me that. I'm possibly the most photogenic person in the entire world. I'll tell you, Princess Diana had nothing on me, dear. Oh, look at me now, dear. Good morning to Pete Branch. Are you in Brazil at the moment? Good morning, Pete. Kevin Webster's there. Good morning, Kevin. Adrian, do you ever edit your recordings which you put online specially for us? The special ones. What do you mean by edit? What, as in the show, like this show? Would I edit this show before it goes up as a recording? Absolutely not. No, it goes up exactly as you would have seen it. If you mean the little videos, like if I'm going out somewhere, for example, the holiday videos, yes, of course. Yes, those holiday videos are edited. When you see the holiday videos, there's possibly 80, 90, 100 clips there that I then sit somewhere and I put all together with a little bit of a voiceover. I've only recently learned how to do voiceovers on that. They're edited, but these shows, as in sit in the studio and talk, no, not edited at all. They go up exactly as you will have seen them as live, okay? Are you going to the Jippo site? Roy wants to know. Yes, a bit later on. I usually go on Monday nights after work. Okay, good morning to Reese. Hello, Reese. Reese hasn't been well, have you, darling? Now, what was it? Was it a thumb or a finger or a toe that you'd hurt? I hope you're getting well. Your husband is looking after you. I wish I had someone to look after me, Reese. There's no one in this sad, lonely, pathetic life. It's only me, dear. It's only me. I have to look after myself. You know, if I get a cold or flu, I'm downstairs alone. Dun, dun. It reminds me of that song by Heart. Who's going to do that? Da-na, da-na-na-na. How can I da 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 da? I saw the lead guitarist of Heart. He was in one of the shows that we went to see in Vegas. Very good. Old bloke who stood at the end. Loads of character. We like people with character, Reese. Morning to nephew Gary Butler. I've been invited. Oh, my foot. I've got a problem with my foot. Oh, I never showed you yesterday, did I? I've got a problem with my foot. Right, let me show you this. I'm going to have to put my leg up. Right. Let me remove this little pink sock. Right, the problem is here. Here. Okay? Here. Now, when I move it in a certain way, I get great pain there. And that only started... Saturday night that started. I don't know what that is. Great pain. I get all these pains as you get older, don't they? Dear me. Adrian, thank you for caring about my welfare. I have electric, but I have one is electric chairs, which does all the work for me. I'm not cleaning. I'm using the gym and weights. I'm doing my arms at the moment and shoulders with the weight of 40 kilos. That is 40 kilos of cake, isn't it? You're using your arms to lift 40 kilos of cake and move it towards your mouth. Cake. We love cake. We love cake. Christopher reckons he is older, but he looks younger. You think so, do you? You think so? How about you come up on the stage tonight at karaoke and we'll let people choose who looks older? I think you're going to lose, lovey. I think you're going to lose. Pete is still in Brazil. Yes, I saw that you weren't particularly happy in Brazil, so you might move. Would you move back here or something like that? Yeah, I'm sorry it's not quite working out for you there, okay. Hello to UK English Sideropolis. It's an unusual name. Good morning to you. Reese had a bone infection, osteomyelitis. Is it all sorted now? Oh, my foot again. It's when I bend it back. Great pain in my foot. Right at the back it is. An unusual place to have pain, I suppose. I don't know. Adrian, if you check out www.rentboynurse to look after your pockets very well for you and wipe your brow, especially at your age. Aren't you awful? You're awful. Mark he's going to see Fleetwood Mac next year, sitting next to the stage. Is £400 too much? I think the tickets for concerts are very expensive these days. The reason is, I think, because the artists don't make so much money from making the music anymore. A lot of people at the end of the day downloaded it and they steal the music. You know, I mean, I have Spotify, which I pay so much per month for, but a lot of people simply steal the music. So the artists don't make so much money anymore from actually making the music themselves. So the only way, another way to do it is to hold concerts and for people to go. Now, I will tell you, Mark, I've paid £400. I've paid £600, okay, to sit in the front row of a Barry Manilow concert because that is the best seat. And I struggled with that for a while. And I was talking to one of my friends, Candy Cane. I'm sure you know Candy Cane, Charlie Hyde's, a number of years ago. And I said, I don't know if I should buy this ticket. And she said to me, Chris, what price is happiness? And then I just bought the ticket. If you think £400 is great to be at the front row of one of your heroes, then so be it. Spend the £400, go and see the show, and enjoy it, my friend. Okay? That's what I say. I think it is a lot of money to pay to sit there and see a show. But if it means I wouldn't pay £400 to sit at the back. Okay? Would I pay £400 to sit at the front? Yes, but it would depend who it is. Possibly not Fleetwood Mac. I like Fleetwood Mac very much. I think they're very talented, fantastic people, but they're not my favourites. I would pay to see Fleetwood Mac 70 quid. I'd pay 70 quid to go and see Fleetwood Mac. To go and see Beyonce, I wouldn't give you £2.50. You know, it depends who you like. For me, it's Barry Manilow, Shirley Bassey. I'd pay a lot of money to see both of those. Anyone else? That's probably the only two. Barry Manilow and Shirley Bassey. Neil Diamond, I'll give you £200 for Neil Diamond. Rod Stewart, a couple of £100. Bon Jovi, some of the rock bands. There's a lot of people are very surprised that I like rock, but I do. Bon Jovi, I'd give you £300 to go and sit near the front for them. Yeah, so it depends. If you're happy paying that, then, you know, if it's a bit of a struggle, but you can do it, then do it. Go and sit at the front. How many people can say they sat at the front and Fleetwood Mac were just a few yards in front of them? Exactly. But you'll be doing that, okay? All right. Good. Roy, calendar's not straight. Oh, well, what a shame. Adrian, Chris, have you ever tried Linda McCartney's vegetarian burgers with mozzarella? They are quite nice. A supermarket beginning with T. Yes, they are delicious. Which is the supermarket beginning with T? Tesco's. Are they only £1 each? Yeah, but they got mozzarella cheese in them, Adrian. You're absolutely right. I love them. They are my favourite burgers. Linda McCartney vegetarian burgers with mozzarella kind of injected into it. They are absolutely delicious. But if you're on the Slimmers World, not the best choice. You have to get the Linda McCartney burgers without the mozzarella cheese. But yes, I've been eating those for years. In fact, I had a couple of the mozzarella, the ordinary ones last night. With some chili baked beans and jacket potatoes. But if Tesco's are doing them on special offer at the moment, are they doing the normal ones on special offer as well? If they're only £1, that's very good. Let's have a look at. Hey, Adam, have you seen the new film Bohemian Rhapsody? Not yet, no. A lot of people have seen it. A couple of people have been a bit negative. Mostly people are enjoying it. So there we are. Okay. Good morning to Maureen, who texts into the show this morning. A very good morning to you, Maureen. Welcome along on this Monday. Simon Keane. Good morning to Simon Keane, who texts in on the show. Hi, Mr. Chop Chop. Here is what I do on Trick or Treaters. Cover Brussels sprouts in chocolate, put them in Ferrero Rocher wrappers, and their faces when you give them out. If you can think of any other reasons, ways to excite the children on Halloween, then do let us know. I was mentioning yesterday, when they ask for sweets, give them a piece of fruit. That'd soon shut them up, wouldn't it? Let's say hello to some of you on the YouTube this morning. Good morning to Paul Mosley in Birmingham. No key rings, no prizes, Paul. Hello to Robert Lunn, who writes, it's great to have you back, bright and better than watching crap TV on breakfast television. Thank you. We've got to be bright and breezy, Robert. Got to be bright and breezy. Good morning, John Parrish. Didn't do a shout out for my wife Sherry's 43rd birthday on the 27th. What day was that then? What day was that? Was that Saturday? Well, we didn't do it. Was we here Saturday? I didn't do a show Saturday, did I? That's why. Didn't do a show Saturday, did I? So that's why. Wife Sherry, 43 years old on the 27th. Happy birthday, Sherry. Happy birthday to Sherry. Anyone else's birthdays? They're coming up at the end, all right? Okay, John. John says, I heard Chris pulled in Vegas, a one-armed bandit. No, I didn't. I put $20 in one of the machines on the last day, and I won, I think, 59. So I was quite pleased about that. So we're up. We're up. Not by, you don't need to put thousands and thousands of pounds in there to have a good time. I tell you, just a couple of dollars here and a couple of dollars there. Excuse me. Sid says, on the subject of wedding presents, pound shop vouchers never go wrong. You're absolutely right, Sid on Periscope. And of course, they only cost £1. It don't get much better than that, does it? You don't need to be spending small fortunes on Christmas presents. I'm telling you that. Wedding presents. Not when you've got to save up for my Christmas present. My best mate, he sends me lists. Oh, I just hurt my foot again. It's when I move my big toe. It kind of transfers right to the back of the foot on the side. Oh, it really hurts. I hope that's going to sort itself out. I don't want another doctor's visit for something like that. Yeah, my mate does it. He sends me a list of presents that he wants. I told him this year, no, I've had enough of it. I'm not being demanded at Christmas. Christmas, even if you're not religious, it is a time of surprises. And the surprise is you're getting sod all from me. Isn't it? Isn't it exciting? There's a lot of people that seem to think Christmas is like, oh, let's see what we can get for nothing. No. That is not what Christmas is about. It's receiving something and you don't know what it is. It is a surprise. Of course, if you've got children, of course you want to, what would you like for Christmas? But wait to be asked. Don't start emailing lists of gifts that you want. Dear me. John says, I asked for a prenuptial for my wedding. Oh, I don't blame you, John. Hold on to the money, dear. Hold on to all the money. Morning to Claire. Hello, Claire. Thought you'd be early today, but you still caught me out. I like to catch people out, Claire. I'm glad you like the shirt. This is one of my new items in the wardrobe. I've got a few new clothes, a lot of new clothes that I bought back from the States, which you'll see over the coming weeks, okay? Hello to Weird City Citizen. Good morning to you, who's saying welcome back. We were here Friday. We're here Friday. We were here Thursday. No, we're here Friday. We were here Saturday as well. Or was it Sunday? Sunday, yesterday, I think. Sunday. John used to do pat testing. No sticker. Disconnect it. Candles. Thank you, Sid. I don't know if I've got candles or not. I couldn't find any candles in the shop yesterday. Good morning to Right Side Up. He's on Vaughan Live. Good morning to you. Do I do the radio show anymore? No, I don't do the music and chat show simply because of time. I found Monday was very tight with time, especially now I've got this caravan up north. So Monday, I'm sorting out the car and getting stuff ready to take up there. I've got my new blind, which I showed you a couple of weeks ago, my ducks blind. Maybe I'll even do a little show of me installing the blind for you. Chris Reardon DIY Services. Available for all those little bits and pieces you need to do in your house. Your ankle looks swollen, does it? I did actually. You know what? I didn't look at that. Let's have another look, shall we? Have I got another camera? I wonder if it'd be better on this camera. Hang on a minute. It might. Yes, it's better on that camera, isn't it? Now let's have a look. Does it look any different to the other one? Yes, it does actually. Right, look. So can you see here? Right, so that's where the pain is here. It's right there, right there. So and it seems to be connected to the big toe. So if I move the big toe in a certain way, I'm getting pain there, and it's enough, and it's like a click. It's like a click, so it might well be. You're shocked. You're shocked to see I've got tracksuit bottoms on under there, aren't you? There we are. No point in dressing up, dear, under there. You can't see my bottom bit, can you? A lot of people would like to see my bottom bit. Oh, yes. I get private messages through, you know. Please, can we see your bottom in a private message? I'm not sending those mucky pictures around to people. Not like some of the youngsters do. Have you seen some of the pictures that some of your kids send each other? Disgusting, dear. Disgusting. Matalan socks. I don't know where these socks are from, actually. Ah, dear. Wrap up your foot with an elastic bandage or support. That's a good idea. I might go down to the chemist and see if they've got anything in there, all right? Let's have a look here. We're going to have to shift forward a little bit here. Good morning to Sterland. Good morning, Sterland. Adam says, how much would you pay to be on stage with Barry and Manilow? No, I wouldn't want that, actually, Adam. I wouldn't want to sit on the stage with Barry. So there we are. Right, we must get on with this show. I'm just reading out messages this morning, aren't I? Doctor Who last night. Anyone see Doctor Who? Excellent. It was about spiders. Now, this reminded me of my favourite Doctor Who series of all time, Planet of the Spiders. I don't know if you remember that one. It was, I think, late 1970s with John Pertwee. And it was the one where they had these giant plastic-looking spiders which really didn't look real. They were so bad. They were just these quivering black plastic things. They were like this, but they just didn't look real. But it was hilarious. I remember watching that and just laughing my head off as I saw these spiders. Well, last night they did another spider one. Was nothing like the old one. It wasn't Planet of the Spiders. There she was, old Jodie, playing the Doctor Who. Another excellent show. Although I think they're getting a little bit politically correct, aren't they, on there? Honestly, talking about lesbian girlfriends and various different people in the programme. It's supposed to be a science fiction thing. Don't be trying to teach us lessons. Don't be trying to teach us lessons about this, and this, and diversity, and this, and this. Just get on with the bloody programme. Honestly. It seems to be like they're trying to teach us things in this programme now. And for me, that's not what it's all about. It's supposed to be a science fiction fantasy to take us away from the world and just imagine that we're somewhere else. They're getting a bit politically correct on there. Or going on about this diversity thing. Can we just get on with the show as it used to be, please? God's sake, man. On and on. Bit too much. Anyway, the story was about these spiders that have got really big. And then you saw the spiders. They looked real. They I don't know how they did it. I wondered if there was some way you could film normal spiders and then blow them up and then put them in a situation where you've got people and they just look like normal giant spiders. Because if you can, that's what they did. They absolutely looked real. Scary. With the little hairs coming out and the fangs. Oh, no! So a fantastic episode last night of Doctor Who, which I must say I enjoyed. I don't know if any of you saw that last night. Did I see Tony Power? Hello, Tony Power says, are you wearing tight socks or shoes? No, I mean, I've not changed my shoes or anything, so I don't think it's anything to do with shoes, my feet. So that was the Doctor Who. Let's have a look. Other stuff I'm watching at the moment. The Cry. Are you watching that one? The Cry? I've only seen the first one so far, so I'm watching The Cry, all BBC One stuff here. The Informer, I've just started watching. I'm up to episode 2 of that, which I think is excellent. Again, BBC One, BBC iPlayer. And I've just finished watching the series Killing Eve, which is just amazing. It's about this girl, and she just likes killing people, basically. And I think she gets paid for it as well. It's like a job. So that's really good as well, Killing Eve. And I've just got to the end of that. So that's some of the stuff I'm watching on the telly at the moment. I spoke to my sister last night on the phone. She was horrified because well, not horrified. She was disappointed. Yesterday, she went to the tin shop with her husband, Martin. Now, what is the tin shop? If you haven't seen the programme for a while, we have discovered near my caravan is a little place around the corner which we have called the tin shop. And in there, you can buy tins of stuff, generally tins of stuff, some packets as well, tins or packets of stuff at greatly reduced prices because they are generally just out of date or about to go out of date, or the date on them isn't far advanced. Fantastic. I managed to get tins of Branson chili baked beans, 20 pence a can, dear. They're usually £1. 20 pence a can they are. I bought 2 cases. Oh, let me turn that off just a minute. I bought 2 cases of them. Now, those ones are slightly out of date. They went out of date in May this year. There's nothing wrong with them, dear. I told my mate, Ron, and my nephew, Jimmy, and they are both absolutely horrified that I would be opening tins that are slightly out of date. They're only 20 pence. So I've been there once. I'm going there again next week, and I'm very excited. The tin shop. Let me just explain. So you're driving along this country lane, and then you come to what is like an old place where you keep horses or something, like a great big place like that. And the doors are open, and in there is stacks and stacks of stuff, food stuff. And then next to it is like a smaller version of that, much smaller version of that. And you go in and there's all these shelves and it's just got these tins everywhere. Peas, mixed vegetables, soups, packets of, what's that stuff? Angel Delights, gravy powder. It's all in there. You just pick it up and take it to a little till. You know, it's not like a shop. It's like a wooden hut. The tin shop. We love it. Anyway, my sister went there and it was closed. So she's now forced to be coming there with me yesterday. It's all very nice. Unlike my experience in Aldi yesterday. So the queues were quite big in Aldi yesterday. You don't really want to go in Aldi during the daytime on a Saturday or a Sunday. It's a blooming nightmare. Anyway, so I'm in there Sunday daytime. I wanted some batteries and a few other bits and pieces for my one of my clocks. I adjusted it, the hour going back and all that, and it just stopped. So I guess it needed a new battery. So I'm in there. So I'm at this till here, and I can't find the batteries that I want. So she started putting, I said, have you got any more batteries apart from those? She said, we've only got those ones over there. I said, well, I've had a look over there, and this is on this counter here, but there's no one on this counter. Okay, so I've gone over and reached over, and then the announcement come up. Oh, good morning, customers. We are now opening till number 4. Please move your baskets to till number 4. Right, so I'm already leaning up. This old bag, or not old, this millennial type, suddenly I felt a little prod with a pushing basket, a pushing trolley towards me. And I said, can I help you? She said, oh, are you in the queue? I said, well, no, I haven't got anything down there, have I? I'm just reaching across for some batteries. Oh, can't wait, can she? Rush, rush, rush. Have you noticed that? People rushing all the time. Rush, 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 rush all the time. Guys, it's like being on the motorway. Rude. So she tried to push in like that. Most annoying. After that, I went up to the swimming pool. And I got tired yesterday. This was a bit later in the day, around about 8 o'clock. And I usually do 60 lengths in the swimming pool. And that's without stopping. Up, 60 lengths done. Get out and have a shower and dry myself off and get ready. But at 30, I suddenly become very tired. And that does happen sometimes. I don't know how many of you go swimming. I know some of you go to the gym and all that business. But do you find that? Isn't it funny how you can go in some days and you knock your things out, whatever it is. In my case, swimming, you do your 60, then you get out, not out of breath at all. You just walk casually to the changing room. And in a shower. But sometimes, and last night was one of them, you can be doing this swim and be perfectly all right, and then suddenly, whoosh, it's like someone's turned the power off suddenly. I thought, oh, God, I've got tired now. Anyway, I managed another 10 and I stopped at 40. It wasn't particularly, and it was a shame because it wasn't even busy in there yesterday. It's nice to be in the swimming pool when it's not busy, isn't it? So that's odd how that happens. Does that happen to anyone else at all? What have I done now? Now that says please log in to continue. Why does that say please log in to continue? I didn't log out. Why does it say that? How strange and mysterious that is. Let's have a look there. John says, thank you for my wife's shout out. She knows as you're an international star. Yes, I am. People keep forgetting that. I have to keep reminding them. Morning, Merlin. Welcome to the show, Merlin. Merlin's in London now. He's bought a house in London. Not a very nice place. One of those ex-council flats that no one else wants to live in. He's bought one of those. He's trying to do it up, with a few bits of rolls of wallpaper. Oh, we got new wallpaper in Central Station. £100. The governor told me it was £100 a roll. I think he's lying. £100 for a roll of wallpaper? Are you for real? You get a graffiti artist in there to do it cheaper than that for you, mate. Thank you. Tony, on the subject of your foot, I think you've got instability. Read about it. It's about inflammation in the ankle ligaments. Yeah, well, the ligaments, those things that move slightly. You could well be right there, Tony. You could well be right. I've got some anti-inflammation tablets downstairs that the doctor gave me for my knee and I never took them. Do you think I should start taking those? Maybe I should start taking those. I don't know. Adrian, did the film crew for Doctor Who ask you to open your wallet app so the spiders will come out before the show, Doctor Who? I don't like to open my wallet too often. Absolutely not, no. Oh, God. So then I came back. Now, the A4 story I'm going to tell you about. So last night, I decided that I would try and reprint my karaoke books. Now, as you know, I do karaoke. At the nights, I have 2 methods of which you can find your songs. Generally, If a song is popular and well known, it's in the system. No need to look it up. Just write it on a bit of paper with your name, first name and first letter of your surname, and give it to me, and that's fine. Okay? Other people like to flick through a book or browse. Now, you can do this online. The online book I have is always bang up to date. Whenever I add a new song or songs to the system, okay, it goes to the online book immediately. It's always bang up to date. Every song I've got is on the online book. Okay, so you type in, and it's songbookslive.com/karaoke London. Comes up with a little search box. You can either type in the box you are searching and click enter, and it will find it if it's there. Or you can click on all and download the entire book to whatever device you've got. The other way you do it is by paper books. Now, the paper books, once they're printed, are generally out of date within 2 weeks. As soon as you add a new song, it's out of date. Right? That's just the nature of the thing. My karaoke books are about now 2.5, 3 years old. Right? So I thought it's time to reprint them. Talking to other karaoke hosts, a lot of them don't have any books at all anymore. But I'd like to keep a couple. Now, I've got 4 karaoke books at the moment. I'm going to go down to 3. And I started trying to print them up. And honestly, number one, it uses an incredible amount of ink. You'd get through 3 of these cartridge things, which are 50 quid each, 30, 40 quid each, something like that, right? Which wouldn't be so bad if it printed out properly first time. I have always struggled with printers. Colour printers, mainly. In fact, I don't have a colour printer. I haven't had a colour printer now for years because they're a bloody nightmare. You just can't. You can spend a fortune trying to print out one photo. I mentioned this on the show yesterday. So I've just got a monochrome one, black and white one, what prints out. Here's a page from one of my carrier prints out stuff like that's all it does, right? Okay, so. My karaoke books are 260 pages, which is quite a lot. I have a domestic printer, and it just can't cope. And it kept going wrong. And, of course, every time it goes wrong, you've printed out. Look at this lot, look. Right, this is all printed out yesterday. That's all waste now, because it didn't work. It got so far, and then it simply stopped. And I tried that a couple of times, and I gave up in the end. Because it's just not, I just don't think it can cope. My friend Wayne, who you often see here, he's not here this morning. My friend Wayne, he takes his book on one of those memory sticks to a printer shop. So I went online yesterday and I found a printing place where I used to print out my my quiz sheets. Well, I don't do the quiz anymore. And I've gone to them and I've sent them the file. It's a PDF file with 260 pages on it. I said, can you print these out for me? I want both sides done. 3 sets of these, how much? So I'm waiting for them to come back. So that was the disaster with the A4 paper yesterday. It just doesn't work properly. Very, very, very difficult to get that working. All right. Is that all I think that's all I did yesterday, really? Is that everything? Yes? Yeah, that's it. And then my mate FaceTimes me. My mate's in Ireland at the moment. One of his friends isn't very well. He's in hospital with a pneumonia. He's over the serious part of it now. I think they've taken tubes out of him now and things like that. But he's gone to visit his friend in Ireland. And I was talking to him on the phone. And as you know, I've taken my younger nephew away now twice. Once when he was 17 and recently when he was 21. And I said to my mate, I do hope that I'll be able to take the great nephews and great nieces away as well, perhaps at some point. Of course, I've got to wait so the oldest one is 6, so 15. So I've got to wait about 13 years before they'd be 18. And I'd quite like to see if I could take them away as well, by which time I'll be 68. I'll be 68 in 15 years' time. And I quite like the idea of being able to take them away as well to sort of Disney or something like that. Of course, and I said to my mate, as long as I'm still mobile, because obviously, as you get older, things don't work as well. Certainly, I never had problem with my knees or my feet or anything like that. Now I am getting little issues with them. I'm 55, so I'd be 68 in 13 years' time. And my mate says, he said, I wouldn't worry about that, not with all the things that they can do, that they're able to do now. Soon, I suppose, they'll be able to grow you a new leg or a new eye or something like that. I said, maybe at that point they'll be able to install little motors inside us. I could be Motorised Chris. You'd have so if your arm stopped moving so easily like that, or your finger like that, or something like that, they just install a little motor. And would it make a motorized? Well, I wonder if it would make a motorized noise though. Would it? Every time, you wouldn't be able to hear me talking, would you? I'd have to talk even louder than I am now. Good morning, and welcome to United Kingdom Talk. Every time you move, it would be a little sound of a motor going round, wouldn't there? So I would like to be able to take them away in 13 years' time. But at 68, I don't know if I'll be able to start walking around Disney in Florida then for like 12 hours a day. But I would like that. In fact, I've got that in my head now. And I had this because years ago, I took my sister and her family away, all of them, to Euro Disney. And at that point, my nephews were like, I think one was 16, one was 10, 8, something like that. Now, those three, after that holiday, I remember saying to them, when you have families, I'll take you away. And I've done that, only to Haven Holidays, mind you. I say Haven Holidays, to Haven Holidays, and the other nephew to America. And I remember saying that to them then, see? And now I look even further ahead. I mean, how far can you look forward? That would be great, though, wouldn't it? It would be great. Right Side Up says, a motor in your private would be interesting. I think I need one there now. Yeah, Right Side Up, you may have hurt a ligament when swimming. I think that's what's gone on. Ibuprofen for your Achilles heel. Is that what it is, Achilles heel? That's something else, though, isn't it? Frozen peas. Try icing for 15 minutes, then heat for 15. Thank you very much for that. I'll have to try something. I think, I don't know if it's going to cure itself, but I'm okay walking. It's moving the foot in a certain direction that is causing the problem. All right. Tony, if your posture is not correct or even the way you walk is difficult, one for doctors diagnose, it often comes with age. Have you travelled recently? Sometimes you can get the swelling. That's it, Tony. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. No, not travelling. Last week, we were all walking an awful lot in Vegas. We were doing 10 miles a day because we've got one of those step counters on here. A lot of people don't know. On the iPhone, there is a step counter actually built into it that is on by default. It's on that little heart section. What is it? Health. It was my nephew who showed it to me. Health section. So this morning, according to this morning, so far, I've already done half a mile, 0.48 miles. Okay? Yesterday, I did 2.9 miles, 7,478 steps. Now, if I go back to last Tuesday or last Wednesday when we were in Vegas, here we are, look. No, hang on. No, Thursday I was back, wasn't I? Okay, Tuesday last week. No, Tuesday. Oh, hang on a minute. When was I in bloody Vegas? Was it the 17th? Yeah, 17th. Okay, Thursday the 18th, 7.9 miles. Friday the 19th, 7.1 miles. Saturday, 12 miles we walked Saturday. So I've been doing an awful lot of walking and I got blisters on my feet. That's what's done it then, isn't it? Because I'm not used to walking those distances, I suppose. Yeah, so maybe it'll sort itself out. I don't know. keep my fingers crossed or something like that. Claire says, of course you'll be able to take your great nieces and nephews away when you're 68. Mum is 83 and goes on trips and holidays all the time. She can't walk far, but nothing stops her going. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I do hope I'll be able to take them away like that. Good. All right, we'll just do one story then, and it's 5 to 10 already. Can you believe that? Do you want to earn some money? Are you a star? Like, I'm still waiting to be asked by someone to turn their lights on. No one asks me. I am free. You can make an awful lot of money in the sun this morning. Fancy earning a couple of grand for an hour's work. That's all it is, an hour's work, dear. An hour's work. Hang on, where are you there? Don't be fooled into thinking Christmas light switch-on events are just for washed-up celebrities to try and raise their profile. They are, in fact, incredible money spinners, with stars earning thousands of pounds for the ability to flick a switch and spend an hour wishing townsfolk a Merry Christmas. Did you know this? I know they get paid, but how much? One of the highest reported earners is singer Peter Andre, mysterious girl with the mirror, previously revealing he was paid a whopping £20,000 to turn on the Christmas lights in Perth in Scotland in 2014. For the fee, Peter performed a string of his hits. Well, hit. What hits? Don't you mean hit? Including Mysterious Girl. No washboard stomach anymore, low Peter Lovey, is there, Lovey? No, you can't get once it's gone, it's gone. Nadaline Cole. The Telegraph reported that former Girls Aloud singer Nadaline Cole and Scouting for Girls were paid £14,000 each to switch on the lights at St Helens in 2015. The same council reportedly paid boy band Five £5,000 for flicking the switch in 2017. Ollie Murs. I like Ollie Murs. He was useless as hosting the X Factor, but I like his songs. Renfrewshire Council, well, I don't know where that is, reportedly paid Ollie Murs £15,000 back in 2010 and a similar fee to Stacey Solomon the following year. The same council, still splashing in cash last year, told the Daily Mirror, reporting rock band Ash, never heard of them, still received £12,000 to do the honours. Mark Wright! Oh, God. Hello, mate. My name's Mark Wright, and I really love myself. That one. Mark Wright in 2013 was paid, just £7,000, Mark. Oh, dear, not doing as well as the rest of them, are we, lovey? No! He got £7,000 plus flights and travel for an hour's work to turn on Perth's Christmas lights. But now he's made his name across the water as a correspondent on Extra. His fee is bound to have increased if he's invited to star in another Christmas light switch on. So, I mean, that's the way to do it. You've got to be... got to be switching on those Christmas lights. And I just want to point out that I am, of course, available to put on your Christmas lights. And all you've got to do is take me out for an afternoon tea. I mean, can you just imagine it? Perhaps I think we should start somewhere small, like Bond Street or Regent Street. I'm quite happy to turn up there just for an afternoon tea at the Mandarin Oriental. I'll take my sister with me and her family and my nephew, my niece and their families, and my other nephew. And we'll just turn up for afternoon tea. As long as you don't mind, we can have as much as we want to eat, as much tea as we can drink. Oh, come here, just a slaving a little glass of champagne as well, each, please. Just one glass. We're not greedy people. We're not going to give you lists of demands of what we want and what we don't want. Okay? Good morning, Craig Hannington. You join us at the end of the show, Craig. You're so late, dear. So late. So there we are, available for Christmas light switchings onzings. All right? Okie doke. Right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday, first of all, to our delightful little Shania, who's looking very, very pretty on her profile picture this morning in a lime green t-shirt. I'm so glad you have the same taste in colours as me, Shania. Bright colours, that's what we want. Happy birthday to Shania. Happy birthday to Shady JD. Oh, yes. Little Jamie, lovey. Howie, are you coming in for your birthday tonight? I don't know if you are or not. Happy birthday to you. 30. Oh, are you 30 now? Oh, a bit old now, love. 30? God's sake. 1 foot in the grave. Happy birthday, Shady, Jamie. Daniel Jerome is 56 years old on this Monday, the 29th of October 2018. Happy birthday, Daniel. Simon Wilson, a young 39 today. Curly Sultan, good morning. Happy birthday to you. Kristina Bond is 46 years old. And Christopher Alan Sheriff, it's his birthday as well today. So happy birthday to you all, boys and girls. Here comes the song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Whatever you're doing on your birthdays, I hope you have a nice time. Some of you come down to, of course, our karaoke tonight because it's Monday night. Karaoke tonight is at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. It starts at 7:30 and finishes at 11 o'clock, okay? Cheap drinks as well. Karaoke, Monday night karaoke tonight at Central Station, starting at 7:30. Thanks ever so much for joining us at the show today, gang. Now, tomorrow, I hope to be with you tomorrow morning. It's sometimes Tuesday, I'm not here if I'm very tired after the drive up. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. But if I am, we have a brand new opening video, which I'll be using up at Chapel Hill in Lincolnshire whenever I'm up there to open up the show. So there's one for down here and a completely different one for up there, which I was making just before I went away on holiday. And it'll show you all scenes just around where my caravan is. Everything is quite close. There's the river. I won't tell you what it is. It's nice. It's very warm. It's very warm, and I really hope you enjoy that. I'll try and be here tomorrow morning, and then I can show that to you as well. And that's what we'll be opening the show with when we're up here. Okay, doke, boys and girls. Thanks very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye now.